Okay, so I thought what we do today is talk about drug prices in Finland and probably most of Europe versus drug prices in America. And these is one of those things that gets dear to your heart when you get old like me. What I've done is looked up, researched 8 different drugs with the U.S. prices versus the prices in Finland. Now, this is not with insurance. This is not with Kela. This is what it will cost you. You go in a drugstore and you pay for the drug. Now, drug pricing in America is one of those, herding ferret things, trying to get it lined up because it doesn't. There is no national database in America that I can find that tells you what the cost of a drug is. Your only real option is there's a couple of states, very few, that have websites that list what the cost of the drugs are. The giant corporation drugstores block access to anyone out of the United States. So people like us living here can't find out what people like them living there are paying. I did find an online pharmacy, and that in itself took a couple of days to finally get through one. But what I did was pick out 8 drugs, and no, not the smoking kind, none of that, just medications that people my age will probably, or could at some time end up taking. Now, these, with the exception of one drug, are priced at 90 tablets, which in some cases is a 3-month supply. And so, in America, drugs do not come in boxes like they do here with 90, 98, or 100 in them. They're dispensed in a little bottle, counted out by pharmacy assistants, and doled out usually 30 at a time, sometimes 90 if the pharmacy offers that. But I did find prices for 7 of these that are 90 pills. And I'll start with the first one that's not 90 pills. In the United States, this drug for 60 tablets will cost you $147. In Finland, it will cost you 36.90 euros. Now, in Finland also, that 36.90 is for 100 tablets. So you can almost say the U.S. equivalent to that is about almost $300. The next one we'll go to. In America, this drug, and I'm not naming the drugs, not going through all that. This is just a very common medication taken by lots of people. Will cost you $30 for 90 tablets. In Finland, it will cost you 10 euros for the 90 tablets. Should have added all this up to you, the difference in them. Our number 6 drug in America for 90 tablets will cost you $78. In Finland, it will cost you 20 euros. And again, This is not with Kella. This is the price you will pay if you go buy it for cash. Number 5 on our list. 90 tablets, $29 US, 17 euros finish. Number 4, $45 US, 13 euros. Are we seeing a pattern here? Let's go to number 3. This one for 90 will cost you $81 US. In Finland, it will cost you 31 euros. Now we're going to get to the really interesting stuff. Now these are, I will give this away on them. They're a newer type of diabetes treatment. They help to lower blood glucose levels by means other than the pancreas. The first one of these for 90 tablets in the United States will cost you $1,699. Well, at least it's not $1,700. In Finland, for 90 of these tablets, you will pay 133 euros. How about that? And for number 1 on the hit parade, we have, again, another diabetes drug. For 90 tablets US, you will pay $1,900. That's a lot of money to most retired or working Americans. And in Finland, you will pay 149 euros. What's wrong with this picture? And people ask me, why do you love it living in Finland so much? Well, at least in the respect of medications, it's much lower cost of living. In a lot of other respects, it's lower cost of living. Trying to explain the American medical system to someone who hasn't lived it most of their life, I think would probably require a multi-hour course in how things work. But I can explain this to you on how they work as having experienced it. Yeah, I'm drinking coffee. What happens, and I'll use a government program, U.S. government program, Medicare. Medicare is for the elderly, disabled people who need insurance. So, if you are on Medicare, you will be required to enroll in a plan. Part A will cover your doctor's visits. Part B will cover your hospital. And then I don't know why they skip C, but then they go to D, will cover your medicines. And once you enroll in this Part D program, you will receive your packet from the insurer. And in this packet, you will receive a booklet that's probably, I don't know, centimeter and a half thick. And this will be a drug formulary. In this, the insurance company, in their infinite wisdom, has decided what drugs they'll pay for and how much they'll pay for them, percentage-wise. There, In the formulary, you will find it listed in tiers. Tier 1 through 3 or 4, I don't remember exactly. And it will explain with the name of that drug if it will pay and how much it will pay. So then you can take your prescription in hand, toddle to the drugstore, and then they will tell you how much you're going to have to pay in cash. Every year, there will be a deductible amount. If I remember correctly, you had to pay somewhere in the neighborhood of $200 before they paid a dime. And then they will pay their percentage up to a period of time. And when the costs reach a certain level, they will then go to what they laughingly, I guess, call the donut hole. And then you will pay full price for your prescriptions up until you have paid another certain amount, and then they will resume paying some on your prescriptions. And that's the best way I can describe the United States system of prescription drugs. Every insurance company can do it different, but something to remember is that also every insurance company decides what they're going to pay, then you're going to pay the rest, and then the insurance company will receive a kickback from the drug company based on what they've paid that drug company. Kind of sounds like the fox watching the hen house, doesn't it? But that's just the prescription medicine side of American medicine. It could take days to explain the whole thing, and neither one of us have that kind of time. And as far as I can tell from all the research I did, America is paying more per capita per resident than any country in the world. And maybe you want to ask yourself, well, how can this be? This country is for the people, by the people. Why do the people tolerate this? I'm going to go political on you here, so Belinda tells me when I get excited I'll start yelling, so I'll try not to do that. Well, the American people support and elect a politician with their vote to represent them. And that's pretty much where, in my opinion, representation of the people ends. There was recently online an article about a popular American politician who hosted a group of very rich CEOs representing very powerful corporations in America. And he came right out and said, why would any of you support a politician and then not expect something in return? I think that sums it up right there. I could go on for hours about the American political system and the corporate Congress of America, but that's a whole nother story. I'll just leave this right here before I get all excited and start jumping around and doing things y'all won't like.